And it's not playing. Oh, here it goes. It's still not playing. All right. Hi, my name is John Crump. I'm the director of the state of. Oh my God. Okay, how is everyone out there? Best Buy FM blows, but that's fine. They shipped something off. They shipped a package to me, and they shipped it to the wrong place, and it's a very expensive package. And they're like, "Oh, just go get it." And I have COVID, so I can't go get it. Plus, I have no idea who the hell lives at the address they shipped it to. They've told me 4 times that they did a UPS intercept, and UPS keeps on telling me they have not. So I'm very, very frustrated, and I won't pay for it if they do deliver it to the other place because that's just the way I am. I'll just dispute the charges. Yay, credit cards. All right. With that said, you know my frustration. I am back and ready to jump into another episode of Fireside Chats. And this episode, I have the biggest man in 2A, who is also one of the subjects in a new book I have coming out in July. His name is Tony Simon, and here he is. What is up, Tony?
What's going on, man?
Dude, I'm so freaking frustrated. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah. I have something going on right now with a build that I'm doing, and let's just say I should have gotten my parts a week ago.
Yeah, but did they ship it to a wrong address that you have no idea who the hell lives there, and they tell you, "Oh, why can't you just go get it?"
Yeah, no, I don't live in Mayberry, so no, I'm not just gonna drive over to someone's house and get it
I'm
back.
like, I don't have it. Plus, I have freaking COVID.
Yeah, so I'm not going to someone else's house to do your job.
Yeah. So they keep on telling me. They told me 3 times that they did it, and then I contact UPS, and they're like, "No."
Wow. Yeah, dispute the charges. Let's do this all over again.
Yeah.
With another company.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? It's just
No, just
interesting year, huh?
yeah, it's been a very interesting year. It's just one of those things where it's been frustrating. Yeah, I haven't had a good year. I mean, 2020 was bad, and people are like, "Oh, 2020 is over." Well, at least it's not going to be as bad as 2020. I'm like, don't say that.
You don't know that. 2020 could be known as the good old days. Do not mess with this. Uh, but hey, listen, we're doing our thing. I just put out my latest podcast yesterday, I think, or Sunday, which is cool. It's entitled Cowboy Up. Had to get that out there because there's a lot of whining going on in the community right now on do it my way or there's the highway or you it's just little ridiculous stuff is going on, and it's like we can have a difference of opinion in the community and not hate each other.
You can have a difference outside the community and not hate each other, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying, people screaming the sky is falling and we all need to be on the same team, and it's like no, we all just need to have the same overall goal.
yeah, we do.
That's it. So I have a diversity shoot coming up Thursday. Thing is, we're hosted in Pennsylvania at the Heritage Guild, and because of Pennsylvania's new restrictions since our last diversity shoot, we can only have 10 people. Excuse me, 10 students, but I can have as many as 5 instructors. So what I'm trying to do is I'm getting instructors that are from other Second Amendment groups or teach classes and that kind of thing, so they can introduce themselves to a different group of people. You know what I mean? Like, hey, my name is so and so, and I work out of a range in Pennsylvania, and I run a Second Amendment group here. So those are the people I'm getting to actually be my instructors at these events now. Since I have a limitation on how many I can have, I want to make sure they're 2A advocacy groups that are sending their people. So it's going to be a speaker, instructor, and one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. One of the things I'm wondering is with all this COVID stuff, man, how hard has it been to run your diversity shoots?
Well, New Jersey was done because the indoor ranges in New Jersey are limited to 25% capacity. So pretty much, if the range is open, I can't have my shoot because they can't do business at the same time as I bring people in. So the range in PA, I don't know where they came up with their number from. I mean, we can talk about it, but my whole thing was to get this year's schedule up somewhere. So we're doing that. Um, Also, I'm going to be hosting an event in Nebraska in July, excuse me. I'm going to host a diversity shootout in Omaha. So I'm going to be there doing that. And we can have a full contingent there because I guess Omaha is not ridiculous. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'll just work at having events outside of PA and New Jersey. We'll see. We're on the road this year. We're mobile.
Yeah, we definitely are. You definitely are mobile. Well, that's another one of my questions. I've always wondered. I've never asked you. Do you have diversity shoots other places? Have you ever thought about branching out, doing like kind of like a franchise model?
Actually, been talking about it. People want to do it, but understand when you do the optic of the diversity shoot, a lot of the guys that want to help are white guys, which is great. But when you put on the optic of the hosting a diversity shoot, you can't have the guy running it be a white dude talking about diversity.
Well, you can like do the Northam method.
What's that?
Governor Northam, remember his big controversy?
Well, that also works with the Coca-Cola mandate. So yeah, man, those two can go hand in hand. We can just get white people in blackface and have them host the diversity shoot. I know one thing though, that'll get us noticed on the national level.
Maybe not the way you want to.
Maybe not the way I want to, but yeah, and it's ridiculous because I mean, the people who've been helping me since the beginning have been of all races. But when you take pictures, I've caught crap because a lot of my volunteers were white guys or they looked white and were Hispanic. And I get pushback from people that never even came to an event on the other side of the country going, "Oh, for a diversity shoot, you got a bunch of white people there." And I'm like, well, you could have shown up. like, where were you, buddy? I mean, it's just like ridiculous. But yeah, I accept help from everyone. It's just it has to look a certain way. And again, I don't agree with it. I think it's ridiculous, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
I had
you got to do what you got to do, right?
It's just what people believe they're supposed to be seeing when you host a diversity shoot. I mean, diversity is not only of skin color; it's also of religion, it's of thought, it's of perception, it's of sexuality. It's everybody who's welcome. You just can't see it in a photo. Like if you have a left-leaning Democrat who's a firearms owner, certified firearms instructor, but he's got blonde hair, blue eyes. What, I'm not supposed to have him at my event and talk about stuff from his perspective, and he can meet people that are also Democrats, and they go, "Holy crap! I didn't think I thought everyone would had a I love Trump hat on." No, there are people from every political belief at my diversity shoots, but you're not going to see all that in a photo. But that's what people want to see, which is ludicrous.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of funny. Martin Luther King said, "Judge a man by the color, not whoops, by the content of his character, not the color of his skin."
Having a rough day, bro. That's all right. You're okay. I love you anyway, man.
Yeah,
Makes
dude,
no difference.
I'm just like fighting with these guys. These guys at Best Buy, they tell me they do one thing, then I look and they're like, "Nope, they didn't." I'm like, what? Like four times. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Well, we did it this time. I don't think they actually do anything. They're just gonna like keep on telling me that.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to cancel that purchase.
I can't. They shipped it. They won't cancel it. I was like, well, just return it. I was like, I'm gonna have to freaking dispute it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to somebody's house that I don't know with COVID and being like, hey, can I get my package?
Well, my whole thing is, you guys know where you sent it. Go pick it up yourself.
Yeah.
Pull up in the Geek Squad mobile and go get the thing yourself. But I think I like what you're doing. Let's just say a whole bunch of stuff in a tribute to Martin Luther King Jr. that he didn't say. let's start doing Blazing Saddle quotes and just say it was Martin Luther King.
Where the white women at?
Do what he say. Do what he say. Oh, we just lost half the audience. They have no idea who Blazing Saddles is.
Dude, Blazing Saddles is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
It is the funniest movie you'll ever see that could not be remade today.
Oh no way!
It could not be. You can't even probably give a description of the movie today.
Put it this way: they're like, "How do we get those guys to chase us?" And the black cowboy goes, "I'll do it. I can get them." They go, "Where are the white women at?" And they all go running after him. And
oh, dude, Blazing Saddles. Hold on. I just want to see something real quick.
All right. You go ahead. Do what you want to do.
No, I'm just going to see if you can read the description of what they say in IMDb. You know what I mean? Like what the film is about.
Yeah.
It's written in modern times, so it won't even. Yeah.
Jason King, you're from DC. I am also from the suburbs of DC. I see G-Webs out there. I see Swamp Dog. I see Gorillas and Guns. I see Flying Rich, New England Shooting Gallery, Joe Drag, and Clovertack. And
Yeah.
Clovertack wants to know if MLK said, "Don't believe everything you hear on the internet."
Yeah. Yeah. But the cool thing is you could watch his speech on his OnlyFans. Yeah, he was the first African American to have OnlyFans.
Yeah. OnlyFans. Do you know no one really knows who owns OnlyFans?
Well, I'm sure it's not Russians, so we're safe, right? Seems they own everything.
It's a European company.
Yeah.
But no one knows. It was like registered in Germany where they can hide the owners.
God, I hope it's Trump.
No, I think it's probably like Russian mafia or the Yakuza.
Of course, it's Russian. It's probably a conglomerate of Russian mafia, Yakuza, and the Tong. They all just in it together. And Epstein. Yeah. Definitely Epstein.
Yeah. I love messing with people from Best Buy. Okay, well, can I help you? You can help me by getting a manager.
Oh, you about to go full Karen on Best Buy?
I'm about to burn down the whole entire company.
Look at him. You're messing with the wrong one. You don't know. They don't call me Crumpy for nothing.
Yeah. Companies that mess with me usually regret it.
They will rue the day.
They will rue the day if I crush them.
Rue the day. Just make villain speeches. Just make villain speeches.
Who's out there? I haven't seen Two Gun Kitty in a while. Yeah, they were rue the day.
Just get him stuffed cat and scratch his head. Send him a Zoom. You'll rue the day you ever messed with me. Yeah, so I was actually talking to someone. They had a post up talking about people that complain and don't do the work. I'm like, wow, it sounds like firearms owners. They're ready. They'll spend money on everything else, but they won't donate to their local or state 2A advocacy group.
That's the way usually. Well, I mean, and it's not even about donating. I would just like to get them involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll do nothing. They'll go clean across country as a tactical Timmy to do a class with a former Navy SEAL about operating your AR pistol from the backseat of a car. But they won't go and volunteer, stuff envelopes, make a phone call, go to a protest, write a letter to the congressperson or legislator. Just none of that. I've been to those classes and I'm talking to the guys and I'm trying to get them motivated to at least write a letter.
Yeah, what do you say to people who say, "Oh, it's not going to make a difference, so I'm not going to do it"?
It doesn't make a difference if you don't do it. I'm like, bruh, the difference is this. fighting the good fight, or just sitting on your butt and go, well, I just won't comply. Well, if they don't pass the law, there's nothing you have to worry about complying about. You don't have to worry about being a felon. You don't have to worry about someone coming after you. Just put in the work. It doesn't take much.
All right, Big T. Did I tell you Rich tried to kidnap me?
What, do you pull up in a free ammo van? What do you do?
Yeah, in New York. He took me out to dinner, and I think he tried to drug me.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a doll. Show me on the orange where he touched you. Where he touched you?
Yeah. His truck said free ammo and candy, and I was like, jump right in, man. I was just like right in the window, like Dukes of Hazzard style.
I told you it happened to me, right?
You jumped through a window, Dukes of Hazzard style.
I went to Gun for Hire range. Anthony had me on the show. So before the show ran, I get there like an hour early because you don't want to be late in this North Jersey. You have no idea what traffic jam you'll run into. So you just show up as early as possible, and I did. And Anthony was like, "Hey, Tone, glad you're here. Got a friend of mine that just pulled up, and he said he has some ammo at his house for you. Yeah, he parked out front. Go jump in." I walked out. I was like, "Hey," he was like, "You're Tony? Yeah, I got some ammo at my house. Hop in." I have no clue what his name was. I didn't know where I was going. When he drives off, and I'm in the car for like 5 minutes, and I went, "Well, son of a gun, this is how they did it. This is how I got kidnapped. Just the promise of some ammo." So he took me to his house. He gave me his ammo, and we drove back to the. But I just sat there and go, I got in this dude's vehicle without knowing his name, where I was going, or anything else, including telling anybody where I was going. It was the greatest thing ever. And yes, I've jumped through a window like Dukes of Hazzard because I'm a kid that was raised in the 80s. Of course I did. We all had to. Of course, my mom kicked my ass for jumping across the front of her Toyota Corolla, but it is what it is.
Rich is saying that I gave him COVID, and he also wants to see you jump in a car to have it. So
Yeah, okay. Well, Shooting Gallery say I own OnlyFans, so I got way too much money for that.
yep. Rami Bey says 2A family Islam. Okay.
Works for me.
And yeah, dude, we're open, man. We don't care.
They replaced the real Tony with a robot. Man, if I'm the robot, they did a horrible job because man, I creak and pop like bubble wrap some mornings. I need some 3-in-1 oil in the joints. Oh, that was
Yeah.
a funny day though. And it was cool, man, because he gave me a case of 308 steel case, which I didn't have anything 308. And then I was sitting there pondering, like, what do I buy in 308? Because, gun guy. Because you're a gun guy. Someone gives you one round of something, all of a sudden now you're shopping for 38 super guns. Guns chambered in 38 super. So luckily a friend rescued me and he said, "Hey, look, I'll just donate money." And he said, "Just sell it to me and use the money to buy other stuff." So what I did was sell a 308 and bought 9mm with it. And we'll be using that at Thursday Diversity Shoot.
Yeah, that is good. Ammo is really hard to get right now. I don't know if you've noticed or not.
Oh, I've noticed people complaining about it, but luckily, um, I purchased a bunch of it to help Anthony Calandra out during the forced close down his range had to go through. He put word out that they needed money to stay open, and they were selling some of their ammo since they'd been forced to close for months. So I bought almost $1,800 in ammo at pre-COVID cost.
Yeah, Joe Drag wants to know where in Pennsylvania you're going to be.
I'm gonna be at the Heritage Guild in Easton, PA. After we get off air, I have to write the Eventbrite up, and I'll post it on my Facebook, which is the second is for everyone on Facebook, and Simon Says Train on Instagram, and I'll even put a link on my what do you call that thing? Twitter. Second for everyone on Twitter. I think you can just type in Tony Simon and pull my name up too on Twitter.
I just type the best 2A guy in the world. And then it shows me my face. So
Nice.
I'm like, then I look through the friends, and then I find you.
Nice. I like that. I'll probably jack that later on and give you zero credit for
It
it.
wouldn't be the first. Thank you, BA Wolf. Yeah, a big YouTuber ripped me off again.
Wait a minute, we're talking about me again or no?
No. A big YouTuber, and they're not responding. They totally like they took one of my leaked documents, and they're like, "This is a leaked document I got through my source." I was like, "No, I put my watermark on there hidden, so I know when people rip me off."
Wow, that's scumbaggery.
Yeah, it
And,
happens
and
all the
to,
time.
well, my thing is, it's not even necessary. Why not give you credit? I mean, shoot, I'll tell people all the time when I when I talk about legislation, I tell people straight up, I'm going to, Firearms Policy Coalition's webpage. This is where you should go to to find this information. Or I used to go to the NRA ILA's webpage, but man, is that poorly written. It's a poorly done webpage. It's hard to get information from, and usually it's out
Well,
of date.
it is. Whoops, never mind. I can't
Yep,
talk about
yep, that's all right. Stuff, stuff and things,
it. Yeah.
stuff and things. But information is really important. I mean, I think finding out what legislation is happening in your state, very important. Proposed legislation. I mean, I had people come up to me after 10-round magazines were illegal in the state of New Jersey, going, "What do I do with my 15 rounders?" And I'm like, "Well, according to state law, pretty much you can't turn them into the police, you can't destroy them, you can't throw them in your car and drive them out of state. They just have to disappear." No, but
Yeah.
seriously, what am I supposed to do with them?
They would disappear right into my hidden compartment in my car.
Hey, I'm like, it's a year and a half in prison, man. Figure out what you want to do. Because when it first happened, I got interviewed, and someone said, "Well, what would your advice be to New Jersey gun owners to do about their 10-round magazine?" I'm like, "Well, comply with the law. Like, don't get caught and get a year and a half for empty. You know what I mean? For a magazine." And the way the law is written, it doesn't even have to be loaded. It just has to be capable of holding 10 more than 10 rounds. You could have sold the gun. I freak the F out because of what I do. My face is there, my name is there. I'm not hidden. I'm not an anonymous dude. And I used to say I was a law abiding citizen. Now I'm a law abiding gun owner. Now I'll just say I'm a responsible gun owner, because as a law abiding, I found a 15-round magazine in a sock drawer. You know how you load your range bag and maybe you didn't close the sock drawer? Well, I didn't. And I dropped a 15-round mag in, and I didn't notice it. It had bounced and flew to the bag. So I'm doing some spring cleaning. I pull it out, and I found the 15-round magazine like last year, like 3 months after the December 10th, 2019, date. And I started freaking out like, dude, this makes me a felon. I'll lose my job. I'll lose my pension. I'll lose everything because this thing fell in my sock drawer. And then
Yeah.
I was like, just no, no, I'm not a
Well,
felon. I'm the same dude I was on December 9th. F you. I got rid of the magazine only because I know I'm outspoken, and the last thing I wanted to do is have someone raid my house and find something, and they have an aha moment. You know what I mean? Aha,
uh,
we got him. We can put him in jail.
okay. Well, here's this. VA Wolf said he used to live in New Jersey. Now he lives in VA. So when people say, "Oh, you brought the bad weather with you," he brought the bad laws.
Yep.
So
People
don't
don't
bring
get
the.
it. Hey, listen, stay here and fight if you can fight. And if you have other things to do, get the heck out of the state. I want to leave. I want to leave this state, but I still have the fight here in New Jersey. And that's just not going to stop. If I move to Alaska, I'm not stopping the fight. I'll help.
Well,
I'll send money. I'll do whatever.
Well, it's gonna follow. I mean, it's nationwide. I mean, the push of nationwide. The fight is nationwide. It's in states. There's a bunch of different fights, but it's a nationwide fight.
Well, we definitely, and I try to tell people this, even if your state is good, even if you live in a free state, not a slave state, contact your legislator. If they're doing a good job, tell them so, but at least let them know where you stand on the Second Amendment, because they might not. You know what I mean? They just go with the latest thing they heard, and if you wait for there to be a tragedy, they're going to be bombarded with the mom's demands to pass every gun law, and then your voice will be lost in that cacophony of whining Karens. So go ahead and speak to your legislator now, so they know who you are. John Smith, I live in your district. I'd really like you to vote no on any proposed gun control legislation. That's it. And the guy goes, well, nobody's proposing anything. Hey, look, I'm just telling you right now, it's going state to state, the battle state to state, and I'd love for my state to remain a free state. Send them a letter. Invite them out shooting. Who gives a shit? But you know what I mean? Participate in this thing. Become an advocate where you live. And if you live in a really free state, um, I don't know, send $1 to somebody who's in a state like mine. Like G Webs, I think he has a good idea. He sends like $1. He does $1 for what do you call that? Patreon. Just people he supports. $1 a
Yeah,
month.
I mean, that's what I do. So everyone can go to my Patreon at patreon.com/John Crump and give me $1 a month.
Yeah.
Or you can give Tony Simon $1 a month, or you can just donate to charity. I don't really care.
Hey,
It's one of those things where right now, I'm following the laws in Virginia, and I'm all like burned out on that. Legislation's almost over. We have 2 more laws on, and for VA Wolf out there, we have Amanda Chase on next week. So yay! Um,
yeah, man, fight the good fight, man. Be a part of this, because when it's all said and done, when you're an old man sitting in the dang chair and you're wondering, what have you ever done? I know what I've done. I know the fight I fought. Whether I win, lose, or draw, I know I put up a fight. How in the heck do you live your whole life and never really stand up for nothing? I'm standing up for the Second Amendment for Americans and generations that haven't even been born yet. That's what I'm doing. That's the fight I'm in. That's a
Absolutely.
continuation. It's a continuation of the civil rights struggle. The civil rights struggle never stops, regardless of who you are. The civil rights are about civil rights of all Americans. They want to take them away from all of us, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, sexuality. Somebody always wants to shut you down, because government is about control.
Yep, it definitely is.
Thank you for
It
coming to Tony's TED Talk.
Yeah, I mean, you should be a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So,
thank you for the $3 super sticker.
yeah, sure. I'm going to be actually speaking at Kevin Dixie's Train and Learn event 2021 in St. Louis about advocacy. Um,
That is on Memorial Day weekend?
yes, it is.
I might be there.
It's awesome, dude. I loved it in 2019. 2020 was canceled. 2021 we'll have it. Um, just have to put it in some kind of format. It's going to be about 45 minutes long, and it's just going to be about advocacy itself. And I'll be using a lot of Second Amendment advocacy in it, because that's what I do and that's where I'm
That is awesome.
at. Yeah, it's my thing. But here's everybody doesn't have to be as passionate as I am to participate. And I think because you and I and a lot of our friends are passionate about it, some people, excuse me, get intimidated because they think they have to do what we do. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I tell people it can be as low energy, low key as just sharing post by pro 2A people on your Instagram or social media, like that low key, or again $1. No one
Yeah.
knows because I live here in Jersey, where there's a lot of closeted gun owners, and you might not want it on your social media. Gotcha.
Do you really think the hashtag advocacy works?
I don't know how hashtags work, and I don't know which hashtag work.
Oh, well, that's for like social media advocacy, like posting stuff. It's a term. Just like
Yeah.
reposting stuff.
Well, here's the thing. I put on. I've checked out my hashtags before to see like what comes up, and on Instagram I have diversity shoots, hashtag diversity shoot, and every now and again a picture will pop up of like a model shoot and one person's black and one person's white. So I mean, really, it doesn't give me a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
The ones where they have a one person black and one person white in a model, that's
Yeah.
not that's for another site that rhymes with corn. But that's just what I think.
Okay.
You haven't seen those videos? Come
No,
on, Tony.
no. Then I don't watch porn.
I don't either, actually.
But I did get an email threatening to send video of me watching it to all of my friends if I didn't send them money.
In Bitcoin, I
Yeah.
take it.
Oh, I have no idea what it was. I laughed so hard, tears came to my eyes. I'm like, wait a minute. You have video of me enjoying myself, watching porn, and you're threatening to send it to all of my social media.
Well,
I'm like,
I had them do that, and I responded back. I had the same scam, and I responded back, and what I responded back with was a video of me with loud, certain noises going on in the background, and me going, and guess what they said?
hmm.
They never contacted me again.
Oh, dude, I was having so much fun with it because I'm like, please do send picture, video of me to everybody. Obviously, you haven't been to diversityshoot.com and saw the Tony Simon Says Hello from Planet Lovetron picture of
I
me
mean,
in a
that's all you
bubble
had to
bath.
do is just respond back. Put that in your signature, man. They were like, oh, yeah, we got the wrong person
Yeah,
here.
yeah, here. Yeah, I'm going to send this to them as my picture. Go ahead, buddy. There is zero intimidation you can do for me. And if I have any friends that like that kind of thing, I'll start an OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
You look like Bob Sapp in a bathroom. I don't know who Bob Sapp is. He used
You
to
mean
fight in
what?
Pride.
Oh, ah.
An old MMA fighter. Sorry.
I'm like, nope. I just found it funny. I'm like, wrong guy to threaten. I have T-shirts with me in a bubble bath on it that I sell.
Every time I see that picture, I hear like some like type of I don't know, like
R&B music from back in the day.
R&B music and Isaac Hayes.
Barry White, Isaac Hayes
Barry
remix.
White, yeah, like Barry White or Isaac Hayes. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh.
It's just the wrong guy, dude. That's a horrible scam, and no way I'm falling for that.
Yeah, I mean, but there's so many people that call. Like today, some guy called me up and he was from Dominion Power, and and they were gonna cut off my electricity in 30 minutes unless I pay this money. And I'm like, dude, I don't even have Dominion Power.
Okay, how many people getting calls about their car warranty? I'm like, yo, brah, 2 calls you need to stop calling me on. My car's warranty and my student loan debt.
Yeah, they called me on my car warranty. This is your last chance to extend your car. I was like, I got 100,000 mile warranty on my Genesis, and it's has less than 4,000 miles on it. I'm not gonna need a car warranty. I'm pretty sure it's not expiring.
I have 350,000 miles of my Volvo. No one's gonna warranty that for anything.
They'll warranty it, but you just won't be able to collect or use it for anything.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna give you a warranty on anything that'll actually break at over 300,000 bucks. Yeah, we'll cover your oil cap. That's about it.
Yeah. By the way, did you get the questions I sent you?
No,
I sent
you
you
sent me.
questions. Yeah. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'll send them to you.
I'm like, yo.
I thought I sent them through Twitter
You,
for my new book. Tony's going to be in my new book.
It probably didn't come up yet.
Joe Drag said they contacted him and they said they're going to shut off his SSS Social Security number.
Nice.
I like the ones where they call Grandpa. I'm in jail. I need money.
Wow. Yeah, all right. That's funny. Please do not cut. I'm in jail. Which one? Which one? You want me to put money in your commissary?
I had a friend that tried to steal a car to impress a girl. It was kind of stupid, but he did. And basically he got caught, and because the car he stole from a dealership had a low jack on it. And
Wow.
so he got caught in New Jersey because it was he liked this girl, and the girl's brother was like, I need your help. You know.
Wow, most dudes just try to intimidate their sister's boyfriend. This one just got him caught up in a felony.
Yeah. So he did, and it was stupid. So he was 18, and so he went to jail.
Oh,
He went to jail because he got arrested. That's what happens when you steal a car.
yeah. That's usually what follows arrest and going to jail, especially if you steal a car in Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he called his dad up and said, Dad, you need to come bail me out of jail. And his dad was like, stay there. Click, and hung up on him.
Sounds like what my dad would have said. Actually, it's exactly what my dad said.
And he was like, can you believe he did that to me? I'm like, you stole a freaking car to impress a girl. It's like, you want him in jaywalk. How do you go from like, oh man, we got to cross the crosswalk. That's the law to freaking pretending like you're Reno Reigns or from
wow, not Reno Reigns.
From Gone in 60 Seconds.
Listen, we got one night. We got one night to steal all these cars. Gone in 60 Seconds was such a stupid movie.
I loved it.
Oh, but did you remember at the very end, like, dude was like one car short and he was going to kill everybody? I'm like, right, you got like 30 cars. Seriously. Like, just go ahead and run with it. All right, there's one dude that's late. Get over it.
You know, you got 49 cars. That's not 50 cars.
It's 50 cars. All right, it's going on a boat. The boat ain't leaving right now. It's not pulling off the dock. You're not going to have to jump.
And when he arrived, he was only like 2 minutes late.
But the dude was like, kill everybody.
Nope.
What the heck?
That dude is like a stickler for rules.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wow. It's called cutting off your nose in spite of your face. I'm like, you think working with car thieves is bad? Try working with strippers. Hey, you got to be here at noon. 4 o'clock, the chicks will show up.
I've never worked with strippers, so I really couldn't tell.
Oh, dude, bounced in a strip club, bro, for 2 years outside of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. It was an adventure.
Is that when you were a Marine?
Yep. It was the only. I went to one strip club once. When I came back from Japan, my partner was like, yo, one of my friends, he's like, hey, Tone, let's go to this bar. So we go to a bar, and it's a strip club, but it's a really small strip club, about the size of most people's like guest bedroom in their house. That's how big the whole thing was. And It had a lady. Now this is way back machine that looked like Mrs. Furley from Three's Company was the stripper.
Wow, we're pulling out some really old references.
Yeah. Kids, Google this because that's the only thing I can think of that looks like this, like a '70s like lady that's trying to be a MILF. I'd never been in a strip club before. This lady had 1970s type big thick heels on, stockings over top of her. Uh, I don't even know kind of bikini, whatever, and one of what do you call those things? A feather boa around her neck, and big giant fake eyelashes and a wig. And the lady had to be in her late 40s, mid 50s. And he was like, "Get a beer." So I order a beer, and I'm looking, and I can't take my eye off this car wreck that's dancing to like I don't even know, stroking. I think is the song that's playing. Clarence Carter, stroke it to the east, stroke it to the west, and it's just a horror show. And he goes, "Hey, I know you always like to have side jobs. You had some when you were in Japan. I got one working as a bouncer in a strip club." I looked at him with tears in my eyes, going, "Please tell me it's not this one." He's like, "No, I took you to the worst one I know. It's down the road." I was like, "Let's go." I never even drank the beer, dude. I was just horrified. So pretty much that's my story of going into strip clubs.
Nice.
I, I went into a horrible one and then I got a job in one.
I went to a
So,
strip club when I was younger. With for my friend's bachelor party,
uh-huh. Those
and
always turn out.
well, no, I started talking to the stripper, and I said, "You look sad." Don't ever say that to a stripper, because then they start crying and telling you about how terrible life is.
Hmm.
So you're sitting there with a girl that's totally nude, just bawling her eyes out, like, "Oh," and I'm just like, "Oh, never mind."
Why don't you want to listen to a girl just tell you about all the horrible decisions she's made? Because it's usually that. It's all
Oh,
decisions
yeah,
she's
yeah.
made.
She made tons of horrible
Uh-huh.
decisions.
Then I figured I'd just drop out of high school because I mean, who needs a who needs a high school diploma anyway? I had a boyfriend who was in a band and I was 16, so I knew what I was. Ah, dude. I learned one, don't talk to him if you don't have to. And two, they make some of the worst decisions ever. Oh yeah, and they hate you. If you're a customer, they hate you. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
So after I finished that job up, after I got out of the Corps and I left down there and moved to Jersey, it was years before someone convinced me to go to another one. And I walked in and I was like, yeah, this is not where I ever want to spend my time. But then I moved down the street from one. My place, my apartment with a friend of mine, we worked together and we lived within 2 blocks of one that on Fridays had a free buffet. Dude, we'd get off work Friday, $1 beer happy hour and a free buffet. Grab $5, go down there, give the girl three of them over time, buy two $1 beers, and eat wings and baked ziti until I was stuffed and leave.
Yeah, one of my friends asked me why I don't like strip clubs. And my answer was, it's like going to a steak restaurant and they hand you a menu and you can read the menu, and then when you're ready to order, they take the menu away and say, "No, you can't eat."
That ain't a steak restaurant. Most strip clubs I've been more been like Stewart's root beer. Like it's just got just cheap hamburgers. But
You
no,
ain't, you know what I'm saying though.
I know what you're saying. I just because of the way I was introduced to it, there was nothing attractive about the entire thing. Like I worked there, so I saw immediately behind the curtain, and there was just nothing attractive about it to me. Girls don't want to be there. They don't like or respect. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not ruining this for anybody, but yeah, they don't like you, and they're there to get as much money out of you as possible.
You're like a giant lemon that they squeeze to get the juice.
That's all. And I'm like, it's not really entertaining. I was entertained by one lady, and that's because she was there because she liked doing her routines. You saw the energy going into the routine. That's what she dug. And it was amazing because it was one of those places with the fire pole from the ceiling. And she exhibited such upper body strength that she flew down it upside down like the Australian rappel, stopped herself, verticaled out like a friggin' ninja, spun around, went to the ground, and then climbed up the thing backwards.
Like a spider monkey.
Dude, bro, I was totally impressed. I don't care. The girl had musculature. She was awesome. Yeah, she got like a fiver. She got a fiver. I hung out. I actually talked to her for a while, and then I got the heck out of there because, again, friends from work. Let's go. Woohoo.
Yeah, never hang out with strippers. My friend dated a couple. Actually, a couple of my friends dated strippers, and they were the most effed up people in the world. I didn't even like being around them. I'm like, dude, I'm going home.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go. I'm gonna go catch a movie or something.
the ladies that I hung around with, because my friends, the bouncers, here's the funny part, the bouncers at the club dated the girls. I was 21. I knew better. I was out of my league. I didn't even know. I'm not dating any of these women. All of them are older than me. All of them have been around. This is a Marine Corps base with 50,000 dudes just like me. No matter what I say to them, they've heard it before. So, nope, I'll just work here. And I hung out with them. They were all messed up in the head as far as, again, bad life decisions, bad relationships, bad choices. And put no, just no. Just you need to look around to who you're hanging out with. Do you want to be like those people? And if the answer is no, hang out with other people.
That is like a very good thing, man.
And I'm not even saying they're bad. I'm just going.
So that's the reason why I think I have to end this conversation right now. See you, Tony.
Oh.
All right, there goes Tony Simon. just, just joking.
That's funny. I'm not even mad.
Nah, I always hang out with you, Tony. You're my sugar bear.
Hey, now that's my OnlyFans name. Calm down, there, buddy.
Yeah, one of the questions I did ask you for the book is to because you were on the podcast one time, and you gave this. You started talking about Karens, and somehow it started. You know what? Have you seen the video of that Karen doing blah blah blah? And then the conversation ended with, and that's how you get socialism.
Oh my God.
So one of the questions I asked you in the thing is, how does Karenism lead to socialism? Because somehow you went from Karens to socialism.
Yeah, talking to me can be interesting. I'm sure the FBI van outside of my house is probably have a bunch of heavily drinking agents. That's just we're working with Tony again. We got to listen to him have conversations on podcasts. All right. Glug, 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 glug. Barrel bourbon, purchased by a friend of mine. She said, what kind of alcohol do you drink? And I was like, well, I have bourbon. Well, what kind of bourbon? American Eagle? I think that's the name of one of them, or Buffalo Trace. How about barrel bourbon? That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
I don't drink alcohol. I'm totally non-alcoholic. Oh, by the way, you like this shirt? I got it from 511.
Nice.
They sent me a shirt. Dude, 511 hooked my ass up. They got this shirt. I got some pants.
Uh-oh. Look at you.
I got a couple new flashlights. Where'd the damn thing go?
Yeah, that's the only thing 511 carries that will fit me, a flashlight.
They sent me some shoes. I got some new 511 tennis shoes. A couple bad book bags.
Good Lord.
Sent me this box. I was like, what the hell is this? Open it up. I was like, I love you, 511.
Wow, what kind of crazy sexual favors did you do to get a hookup like that?
I don't know. They just send me. They send me stuff like random stuff all the time.
Well, understand, I can't fit anything 5'11. That's why I started 1022 clothing.us for bigger guys. We sell t-shirts up to 6X. It's like 5'11, but twice as big. 5'11 sells absolutely nothing that fits me except knives and flashlights. I
They do
really
have. They had an awesome knife that they made about a year ago, but they don't make it anymore.
This is the boot knife.
No, no, it's a crown bit,
Okay.
and I've been looking for one.
See, a friend of mine gave me um, a boot knife that 5'11 makes, and I was going to give it away at the diversity shoot, but he moved a few times, and the box like opened up, and I lost the holster for it. It like fell out or whatever, and I can't give away just a knife with nothing to hook it to.
There you go. Awesome. Drag, I did. We had a mail on a hold, so I just got it today. I'll be wearing it tomorrow when I'm talking to Flying Rich. I don't like that Flying Rich guy.
No, I hear he catches people on that orange
Yeah.
5'11 karambit.
Yeah.
Is it a folder or
Yeah.
it was a folder?
No, actually, I think it's. I think they had a folder version and they had a fixed blade version.
Of course, they don't show images. Come on, really?
Did you find it?
Ooh, okay, yeah. Yep.
I want one, but I can't find it. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, "Hey, do you have any of it in the warehouse somewhere?"
Got any of those karambits hanging around? Well,
Yeah.
my internet obviously runs on cold because it's taken forever to come up.
No, it doesn't run on coal. It runs on wind power from Texas.
Actually, no, I forgot. I'm black and I don't really know how the internet works.
What? What the
According
hell
to
is that from?
Joe Biden.
Is that what he said?
You didn't hear that one?
No.
He's like blacks and Hispanics and people that live in rural areas don't know how to use the internet.
There's people that are like in the Sahara Desert riding on camels, like Bedouin people, and they know how to use the internet.
Yeah, listen, dude. Joe is a very special peanut. That's your president.
Oh my god.
Ah. Oh, and as far as drinking, yeah, I have like one finger of alcohol like once a week. Pour it in a cup, sip it during the Gun and Gear Review podcast. That's about it. It takes forever for me to drink. And again, that's if I do it once a week. And now, and currently, I'm drinking more than I've ever drank in my life. And again, one finger of alcohol will usually last me all night. I'm a sipper. Just not that dude. I don't know. Ever since I just never really drank heavily, and I never wanted to get drunk in public. Because again, one of my first experience when I became legal age to drink, I was working in the clubs, and dudes would always look for the biggest guy in the club and start a fight. How you doing? I'm usually one of the biggest dudes in the club, so I always wanted to be able to get the heck away from any kind of violent confrontation. Because being in the military back then, I don't know what it's like now, but if you got into a fight in an establishment that served alcohol, you would have to go into the 12-step program and admit you have an alcohol problem, even if you didn't drink. Just
Really?
because just because the establishment served alcohol, it would go on your record that you have a problem with alcohol.
That doesn't make any sense.
Welcome to the military. One of the reasons I got out.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right. My wife is military, so yes, it does make sense to me now.
hmm
They do a lot of backward stuff. The whole government does, man.
Well, one of the things I discovered was that they wanted people in the military that never made a mistake. Like that zero mistake kind of thing. Like I'm like, no, that's not how life works. That's not even how you learn stuff. You learn stuff when you make mistakes. I'm not saying dumb mistakes like you lost your rifle. I mean just mistakes that people make. All right, you had a decision to make. You weighed everything and you made this decision and it didn't turn out to be the right one. All right, bring that person in, run it through, and explain why the other one was a better decision and let them learn from it. Nope, in their career. That guy had no clue what he was doing, crush him. That kind of stuff. It was really stupid. um, but that was one of the things that really worried me. And then what they did was make the actual gentleman's club I worked in off limits. They wouldn't allow military personnel to go there.
Really?
Yeah, they made it off limits. So if you got caught there, you were in trouble immediately.
So
And I'm
what do
like,
they do?
they did nothing. Nobody even came to look. No one even came to. Yeah, these clubs are off limits because we said so. I'm like, dude, why is my club off limit? I mean, I work at the club. I worked at the club for over a year. Maybe two fights that we broke up immediately. Like I have no idea what happened. No one got arrested. My first day there, I messed up and no one told me about the light switch in the back. Okay, you could underage drink. If you were in the military, you could have a beer on tap as long as it was in a red solo cup.
Really?
Yeah. There were
So
50,000 Marines, dude, and many of them were under 18. So what? He had a drink.
that's very bad. I can't
Yeah, but
believe
you could
you're encouraged drinking, Tony
but
Simon.
but here was the thing. If you were on base, you could do it.
How about if you're off base?
If you're off base, you couldn't do it.
How does that make any sense?
I don't that's what I'm saying. Back then, if you were on base, you could drink in any club. Again, only beer, but you could drink in any club.
Really?
Don't know. Don't know. It's not like I had a fake ID. I walk in with my military ID. Get a pitcher of beer, sit down with the boys. They drink it. I'd have one, and that would be the night. We'd go get another one. We'd go bowling. Everybody get a pitcher of beer. I'd sit with one cup and drink the stuff because it was horrible, but I'd pay for my pitcher. You know what I mean? Like everybody bought rounds. Then
Yeah.
I'd get a soda. I just really didn't dig drinking.
I don't really dig drinking because I could be spending that money on ammo.
Well, now, yeah, almost everything comes down to ammo math. Wait a minute, how much ammo could I be buying if I didn't buy this? How much
Yeah.
ammo? Now it's just sad. It's like
Every time I shoot, I'm like, damn, there goes a semester of college for my kid.
one, any kid I have, I'm teaching them this is the lullaby they go to school, they go to bed with every night. Be all that you can be in the army. Montgomery GI Bill pays for your college education.
Well, that's how my wife got paid, made it through college.
70% Marine Corps. 70%. They paid for mine. There's options. Just some people not willing to pull that trigger. Yeah, I'll sign a blank check for 6 years of my life, and that says the government can send me anywhere. And really, it's an 8-year bid, regardless. And I'll get college paid for while I'm in, and then I'll use the GI Bill after I get out.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. My wife went, she got the GI Bill, but then she got a full scholarship. So now my son gets her GI Bill, and my other son, we did this like little savings plan.
Smart, good.
It's probably
Look,
like
there.
the best idea we can do.
I love America. This is my country. This is the thing. So I had no problem signing up for the military. Plus, I was able to get something out of it too. It works for me. But understand, you get out of it what you put in it.
Yeah, Clover Tack said if his kid, there's tons of grants and shooting scholarships. Yes. Oh, my son, they were talking about collections, right? For school, and they're like, okay, like does your family collect anything? Anybody in your family collect anything? And my son raises his hand like this, like Matthew. And we were watching this online. Yeah, my dad, because my son's like home because of the whole COVID thing. My dad collects stuff. What does your dad collect? Guns. Like I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh God, you don't have a dog, do you? You don't have a dog, do you? I'd hate for it to get shot during the police raid. It's coming.
Yeah.
Kids, man. Yeah, one of the selling points, speaking on what Clovertax said, one of the selling points I try to get out to people, one of the points I try to get out to people is the shooting scholarships. When I'm talking to minorities, like I've had some classes that were more black people and Hispanic people than others, and when you speak about Second Amendment advocacy, you talk to people who are in front of you. You don't just hit bullet points. You cater the conversation to who's in the room. I think that's a mistake some people make when they try to talk about advocacy. But I'm like, there are scholarships, shooting scholarships throughout the country that your kid could go to school and get stuff paid for based on that. They can pick a school based on that. And I'm like, and to run around saying all guns are bad, guns are wrong, guns are evil, limit yourself. Limit yourself for no reason other than you're buying into the narrative someone else gave you throughout your life that's not even true. And then I just turn it around. So you need to ask yourself, if there's free college based on a shotgun, why are there people out there telling you there's not? Need to ask yourself, why are people trying to keep you ignorant? Keep you from getting your children, the next generation, from being better educated for free.
That is
Those
true.
people, those people aren't your allies. So when I point out that when they pass laws against open carry, when they pass capacity laws, when they pass different things, I'm like, do you think they're going to the rich white neighborhood to enforce this first? Or do you think that's just going to be another charge they throw on someone that they picked up in a poorer neighborhood?
I
That's
don't
where they're
know.
gonna. That's where they're gonna enforce it. You never see anybody pulling dudes over and slamming them on the hood on Rodeo Drive, do you? Of anything, you never see an arrest happen on Rodeo Drive.
Well,
You know,
do you see what happened to Tiger Woods today? Talking about Rodeo driving, and you know what happened to Tiger, right?
no, I
He's in
don't keep up.
emergency surgery. He rolled his car several times. Single car accident. I guess he was going really, really fast.
Tiger Woods has a lot of incidents in vehicles.
I think this might be the end of his career.
That sucks to be him. You know where I was while Tiger Woods rolled his vehicle? I was at freaking work. Maybe he should have been too. Just saying. I was working that day.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, you roll your car in an accident by yourself.
It was a straight road too, which I don't understand what the hell happened.
Oh, I got some stuff to say about that, but that'll end the diversity shoot.
It was a
Oh,
straight
it's
road, and he was like 30 yards into the woods. How the hell did that happen?
woo, leg injuries.
Yeah, so you've had that surgery, so
Yeah, well, listen. There's a reason that the NFL, NBA, like they don't like their people doing dangerous stuff.
yeah, you're riding motorcycles.
Woo! Yeah, riding motorcycles. We know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Dude, he banged this SUV up good.
yeah. I have no idea how he did that.
Who knows? They'll probably say something like exhaustion.
Yeah, Clover Tack is right. He's going to be rich no matter what.
Yeah, Yeah, I
It's just
mean,
like there was a kid that was harassing an NFL quarterback because they like suck now.
okay.
And they used to be really good. And the kid's like, "Oh, you're washed up. You're washed up." And the NFL quarterback, the guy that used to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars, can't remember what his name is. He turned to him and goes, "But I'm still rich." I was like, "Damn,
Mm-hmm.
shut
You
the."
still, you suck. Yep, still rich though.
Yeah,
Still
I
rich.
love that. He's like, "But I'm still rich."
I look. I played sports, but I was never into sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I was on the football team, high school, lettered in it. Played basketball, played baseball, but I was never a fan of teams. I didn't have a team. I didn't have a game I had to watch. So I think that was a weird thing for most people. Like I don't even know who any of these human beings are. So why would you ever say somebody who's in the top 1% of people that play the sport in America suck?
I have no idea. This is somebody told me about hockey one time. Uh, they're like, "Oh man, that guy sucks." It's like you take the worst player in hockey, and he's going to beat 99.99% of the population easily and make them look stupid.
Yeah.
The people don't understand. Well, why do they get paid that much? I can't believe these athletes get paid that much. Why would they pay them that much? Uh, because they can do something that almost no one can do.
How's this? Because you'll pay money and miss family events to watch them do it. You'll pay them money and miss family functions just to watch them do it. That's why they get paid so much. That's why your teacher gets paid $50,000 a year, and the minimum NFL player gets paid like 300,000. If a teacher could fill a stadium every Sunday, I'm sure they'd get paid more.
Yeah.
Just that simple. I mean, I don't even know why you got to compare. People compare them as if somehow I'm like that doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, teachers should get paid more. Why bring the why bring an NFL player in it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot easier being a teacher than it is making the NFL.
Yeah, more
Just
than
saying.
likely. Yeah, a teacher will have a career that lasts longer than their mid 30s.
Well, yeah, the average NFL player lasts 3 years,
Yeah,
which is
but
insane.
an old NFL player is in his mid 30s. Like,
They,
wow, he was able to hang out into the league a really long time. How
and they
long you?
usually and they usually die in their 50s
Yeah.
from
So
like
yeah.
brain injuries.
Meanwhile, the lady who taught my mom when my mom was in elementary school taught me when I was in elementary school. I graduated. My mom worked her entire career at a plant. The plant closed down, and they paid my mom to go back to school. So she went to continuing education and started taking community college classes and then moved on up. Her community college teacher was the same lady that taught her in elementary school. That
Yeah.
woman was still teaching in her 90s. My mom looked up when she walked in the classroom and was like, oh God, no. She's like, oh God, no. I'm like, the woman had been teaching for like 70 years, man. Or
Yep.
maybe 60 years. Because my mom wasn't retirement age yet. She was like in her early 60s, and this woman was still teaching, and she taught my mom at like 7. Miss
Yep.
Mayo. Miss Mayo still rocking it out. And she was the mean teacher too because she would beat us.
You can't do that now.
Well, she's 100 years old. She can't do that now anyway. But yeah, man, she used to paddle us in school. She had a paddle,
Like a roll paddle.
like a real paddle. Like it
Oh,
wasn't something else. They had my teachers had paddles in their desks through elementary school, like a boat oar kind of paddle. Oh, today is Tuesday, so
Yeah, well, I gotta get going, man.
yeah, I gotta get ready. I got some steaks downstairs. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to cook them and eat them before we start the Gun and Gear Review podcast on Firearms Radio Network.
How'd you get a Firearms Radio Network?
By going on Firearms Radio Network and going, hey, you guys need a guest. I'd like to talk about Second is for Everyone in this thing I started up this year. This
Okay.
is my this is my 5th year on. I just went and asked to be on so I could talk about the diversity shoot. Yep, I think this starts my 6th year on the network. Tonight we're talking about the Walther PDP pistol, which I'm
PDP.
excited about. Yeah, it's the next evolution of the PPQ from Walther, which is one of the most underrated striker fired polymer guns out there. I shot it when I was taking my class to become an NRA certified instructor. When we went through the class, we had to shoot every instructor's firearm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were simulating in class. If a student said, my gun is shooting low left, we had to pick up a gun we'd never fired before and put round center mass. On I mean, it's the same test that a student would have, but we'd have to shoot a good group with everyone's gun. So, one port has the Walther PPQ, another one has a Glock, another one has a Smith, another one will have a 1911 or a Beretta. So it was just different trigger pulls at different ports. And we just went from next to the next to the next. And it also gave you an idea of what shooting those guns feel like. You know what I mean? Like it expands yourself instead of everyone shooting a Glock. Because when you host a class, people show up with their guns, you could end up shooting anything from, World War II surplus to a high point. And you gotta be able to shoot it accurately or find out if the sights are off. Your skills have to be up high enough that you can tell if the sights are off on the gun. So I thought it was pretty cool. All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
All right. I'll give you the last word. Follow me at crumpy.com. All my stuff on AmmoLand. I got a Patreon at patreon.com/John Crump. Visit Tony at Big Tony's.
TryDiversityShoot.com. You can also see me on the Second is for Everyone on Facebook. Also, again, Second for Everyone on Twitter. Simon Says Train on Instagram. And listen, somebody drop by John's place, find out where his stuff is, and go pick it up and drop it off to him.
Dude, I gotta get that damn thing. They're like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I also go to Big Tony's Playhouse and and watch Tony do some of his pole work that he's known for.
Actually, I do pole work. I work election polls every year, twice a year, primary and general election.
That's what I was talking about. Wink, wink. I'm talking about the poll work. You can see him on his OnlyFans. And his OnlyFans, if you go to OnlyFans /2A is for 2A for women. That's where you can see Big Tony and his bathtub.
I got those pictures. I'll release them.
Do it, man. Do it.
$20 is $20.
So if I pay you $20, you promise never to send them to me.
Actually, that was my business plan. Look, here's some naked pictures of me. If you don't want to see them. Oh, this just pictures my shirt off. I'm not even going nude. Screw that. Nobody needs to see that. My luck, that'll be the only thing left over in society when aliens get here and they're like, this is what they all look like.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with that guy that crashes airplanes all the time. Flying Rich himself. Yeah, he's a character. Didn't get me. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everything. Join my Patreon. I gotta join button below this. You can hit that join button and join up. And every time you join up, Tony promises not to send you nude pictures of himself. Unless you're G-Webs, I know you would like that. So, therefore.
Oh my God. 2A4E podcast. Don't forget about that. It's on your favorite podcast app. Just released Cowboy Up.